The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills have descended into the pit of hell. I'm not sure if that's Bravo's intentions or their producers, but right now it's not funny, neither is it funny to watch, and it's disrespectful at best. Welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we'll be reviewing The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 12, Episode 16. The episode starts off with Carl and Dorit talking about the pervasive attacks on Sutton by Renner. 1 minute they claim that she is in pain because of the passing of her mother, but they do acknowledge that Sutton is the focus of all her attacks. And I don't know if they realize that both of them, particularly Carl, has been making excuses for Renner's behavior, but when they are amongst themselves, they talk about it. And neither of them have the integrity or the conviction to confront Renner. And of course, that's my opinion. We see this week, Madame comes over to Garcelle's house, and the news she dropped is that she hires energy cleaners to clean any new space that she goes into, so she comes into a peaceful Zen position. I wondered what she did at Carl's house, and her own attitude and her own vibe was Zen. Renner going through the possessions of a mother who passed, and she telling stories about her mother. If she is aware that she needs to be the kind of person that her daughters will go through her things and reminisce about the good things that she gave to the world, and not this ugly, nasty, pervasive sickness. Carl invited everyone last week to Aspen, and she and Mauricio are planning the trip. Evidently, they have a home in Aspen, and they rented out a home for some of the women to stay. The house that they rented belonged to Mauricio's agency, and I guess he's getting free publicity for the same. Dorit is having a conversation with PK about the trip. Dorit really has nothing to add. She goes back to her trauma with the break-in, and we recognize that in this trip she's not staying with Carl, because Carl's house only has 4 bedrooms, and I believe Carl, Erica, Renner, and Kathy will all inhabit those bedrooms, so she is left to be with the other women at the rental. And I'm not sure if she's comfortable with that. It seems like they were trying to say that in that house there will be some negativity, but the only negativity she should experience at her house is the result of her own behavior aligning with women who are toxic. She is part of that havoc that they have been waging for some time now. This is Season 12, and we're up to Episode 16. I would say most of the episodes have been extremely toxic, and for right now, it's just building into a messy, toxic, radioactive spill. And that's not all I'm going to say about that. Garcelle talking to Shuri about the trip and whether they're packing and all that other stuff. Garcelle said that she's done with Erica. She unfollowed her on Instagram, and that if Erica was on fire, Garcelle wouldn't even put a bucket of water on it. Erica has been ablaze for some time now. Clearly, she needs an intervention of a higher power, but that's up to her. She's the only one who can decide which way she's gonna turn, and the decision is hers. Right now, so far, she has chosen to get on that cliff's edge, And that is all I'm going to say about that. We're talking about the $750,000 pair of diamonds that Erica received from her husband, which was allegedly purchased. They're saying that Erica does not want to give the diamonds back. She said they were hers regardless of what money purchased them. And both Crystal and Garcelle said that, the earrings really should be returned. Arrive in Aspen, they drop Madame off. She's staying in a hotel. The energy healer's got to come through and clear that energy. But I'm sorry. Perhaps she doesn't know that she carries that spirit with her wherever she goes. So she can have 1,000,001 energy cleanser. If your spirit is ugly and toxic, that's where you are. So wherever you go, that's the spirit you're going to take with you. The ladies, check out the rental. It's beautiful. It's a nice space. You don't have to be wealthy to go to Aspen. But it sure doesn't hurt staying in a spot like that. The ladies go over to Carl's house. Mauricio is trying to get stuff ready to prepare dinner. Everyone starts eating. Kathy, as you know, is high end. So Kathy's going to do what Kathy does. That Brenna shows up with a Ouija board. People can do whatever they want to do. But I'm not into Ouija boards. That's not my vibe. Immediately, Sherry, when she saw the Ouija board, said she's not into that. And Garcelle said, that's not necessary because I got the impression that both of them knew where this was gonna go. First question out of Carl's mouth was whether they were gonna have a good time at the trip. And guess who's operating the Ouija board? Erica and Renner. So therefore, it landed on no. Clearly, a whole lot's gonna happen. A whole lot did happen. I know for sure that the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He certainly had a good time in that first meeting at Carl's house. Deceitful Carl, who's trying to produce and direct the conversations, she asked, why did Garcelle unfollow Erica? Garcelle said she unfollowed Erica because she told her she was a liar. Erica tried to redirect her response, but Garcelle brought her back to it. She said that Erica indicated that she was trying to create a narrative that Erica was drinking and doing meds at the same time. And Erica responded that Garcelle went around telling her friends what she thought was happening. Garcelle said, it's the same thing I told everyone in here, is the same thing I told you. Erica asked when. Garcelle told her when they met for drinks. She told her about her drinking and medication and how it can go sideways very quickly. She didn't have much to say after that. Then Garcelle said calling her a liar was a stretch. She did not like it. She was emotional about it. And the one thing she knew she could do about it was to block her. And then she told Erica that she and Erica does not have to be friends. Erica responded, well, that's good. And Garcelle said, yeah, I'm good with that. We don't have to roll. I don't have to be in your presence, because what you have been exhibiting is toxic. You're a toxic woman. You exhibit toxic behavior. I don't have to deal with your toxic self or be around you. So therefore, I am going to press pause and I'm going to communicate with you from a distance. And that's the power of a woman standing in who she is, being able to say, hey, I don't like how you rolling. I don't want to be involved in that mess. Deuces. While it may take some time for you to understand that you got to protect yourself, protect your space, protect your heart, it's something that every woman is capable of doing. And I could roll with that. Carl intercede with a nonsensical argument because, she got to direct and control how a topic goes. She brings up that Garcelle blocked her and Rena after the reunion last year. And, she's trying to direct. Sutton said, well, last year Erica hurt her feelings by calling her a not too pleasant name. And Carl tells her that, we don't want to hear you trying to be a victim. And then Carl eventually gets upset. Even Dorit, their puppet, indicated that Carl likes to stir stuff. Sutton said that last year at the reunion, when Erica called her the C word, that no one came to her defense. Brenner spoke up and said no one had to. And then Madame says that because she was the C word. And she and Erica begins to laugh, humiliating Sutton even further. Sutton and Garcelle looked physically upset. Sutton looked like she was frozen in place. She looked embarrassed, she looked hurt, she looked stunned. When Garcelle saw that Erica and Madame was laughing, she asked, well, what did Madame say? And she repeated it. And Garcelle told Madame, that's not cool. That's inappropriate. That's not called for. And then Madame said, I know it's not civilized. Erica interjected and said, why? Why are you saying that? I'm sorry, but. Sorry and a but can't live together in the same sentence. So if you want to stand in who you are, as Carl said, tell the truth. You just gotta say that, okay, I'm gonna act uncivilized. I'm gonna act like a mean girl, say ish and then laugh. And the thing that you're talking about that Sutton did, she had apologized to you maybe 2 or 3 times before. Crystal in her confessional said that Sutton apologized maybe a million times. And at some point, it doesn't seem to make a difference. And it doesn't, not with these women, not with the toxic behavior that they are exhibiting right through here. Madame continues on her soapbox because, she likes that camera on her. She says that Sutton is slithery. Really? The tail of it comes out of your mouth like this. That's the tail of something that's inside of you. Madam wants to make a dramatic exit. Oh, she gets her coat, goes out the house. Erica and Dorit follows her as if they want to console her. Console her for what? As soon as she left, Sutton now starts crying, and Garcelle and Carl goes to her to try to comfort her. That's how this ended. In this bizarre, ugly way. It's not good. There's a stench now. Not saying the stench was never there before, but now something is really stinking and rotting and oozing. That's all I have. That's my review for this week. Have a good one. I had to light some sage for this review. blessings all